RSL preseason match against FC Dallas, a DP signing and other roster moves, transfer rumors, and questions from RSL Nation, coming up on Boot Room 801. Welcome back to the Boot Room, everyone. My name is Giles, and I'm joined by my co-host and wife, Kayla.
Hello.
And we've got some things to go over today. It's been a fun week in the world of RSL. But first off, Kayla, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Excited to be watching soccer soon. I'm so ready for the season opener.
Same. I'm really just wanting to get back into the stadium, and I want to be watching soccer consistently and not trying to get up early or read articles to get the recap of the match. I just want to watch it.
Yeah, agreed. I want to watch our boys in the claret and cobalt. I want to see our new jersey as well.
Yeah, the new home kit, whenever that gets put out. It usually gets put out in February, so it should be like in the next week or two.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it when it comes out, but let's go over this FC Dallas match. This one started off, let's start it off with where it was. It got moved. It wasn't in the normal stadium. It was changed to the Estadio Municipal de Portimao. Sure, that's how we're going to go with how it's pronounced. But we faced off against FC Dallas. Was
the third game in the Athletic Cup?
Yeah, third game in the Athletic Cup. The Atlantic Cup.
Atlantic Cup.
Yep. My brain is
I think
so
I
tired.
said Athletic Cup first.
That is a totally different thing. Not a tournament you play in, but you need it for the sport. Anyway. So going into this match, we had, I'm just trying to read through the article that was put out by RSL because there was no stream for this match, as a reminder.
We haven't even had any recaps or anything from it either. There was no sort of recording.
The only video that I saw of the match at all was like really out of focus highlights of some of the goals, and then a bicycle kick from Victor Olatunji that got called off because he ended up hitting somebody in the head. Anyway, going into this game, looks like we had two lineup changes. We had Sam Junca and Alex Catranos each starting. Then, according to the recap article, it says Rafa played all 270 minutes in the Portugal trip, but we know that's not true because Stuyvesant played at least half of the last
times.
game. Yeah, so I don't know what they're talking about there, but that's probably just a slight oversight. But we did see Olatunji making his preseason debut with he played 30 minutes across all of the 135 total minutes that were played in this game. So we'll go over that in a little bit.
Yeah, it was a weird.
There's some weird things that at the end of this game. Going to the first half, according to the recap, RSL dictated the tempo and had most of the possession and just created a lot of dangerous chances,
but didn't connect on any of them.
Yeah, none of them went in. So the first half ended 0-0. We were winning in the quote unquote winning in the stats, but it didn't pan out for us in the first half.
FC Dallas has a pretty good defense normally anyways, so that could be part of it.
I mean, historically, we don't always perform well against teams from Texas, but that does have something to do with playing in the Texas heat. So maybe that'll be something that'll change with the schedule change coming in 2027, but we'll see. Then, the first half ended 0-0, and the second half was a different story.
Yeah, literally within the first minute after halftime, Peter Musa won the ball and it was able to land it into the back of the net.
Just on a quick give and go.
Yep.
Yeah, so
made it 1-0.
So that was fun.
And then rest of the half, pretty much nothing. And then into the second half stoppage time, the final nail in the coffin, of course, had to come from our loving, familiar face of Anderson Julio getting that second goal. Interesting, in the article, it labeled him as the former RSL speedster, which I would agree. I used to jokingly call him the Energizer Bunny.
That man just never stopped.
Yeah, so
I miss his speed, but I don't miss how often he was offside.
yeah.
It's just almost always just an offside machine.
But he was always going for it.
Yeah, but that's how the official match ended. 2-0, RSL dropping the last game in the Atlantic Cup. The first game was listed as a friendly, so it doesn't count towards the standings. So technically, we only had 2 games that counted on the table. So we won 1, lost 1. I think we finished somewhere around 6th in the table for the Atlantic Cup. So
tell me about...
not a great end. But then it had this weird extra 45 minutes that got tagged on.
Yeah, tell me why they did this. Did they ever say explain it?
From looking at it, everything that I've looked at was just they wanted more competitive play. Like they just wanted to get...
They just wanted to keep playing.
Yeah, they just wanted to get some more minutes, and so they decided to play an extra 45. So going into that, it was a little bit of a different story. There was a Dallas goal in the 24th minute of this extra 45, where Ricky Lewis scored after a Dallas corner, and that, according to the article, came from a series of failed clearances by RSL.
We've always struggled with set pieces, though.
Just defending against them, scoring on them, set pieces.
Set pieces are not our strong.
I hope that's something that gets worked on. I've been hoping forever, but
we did have a set piece goal in this cup.
I mean, that is true.
So there is hope.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Let's see, and we'll see with some of our other things. Talking, we got some probably better targets going into set pieces, getting set up on corners and stuff. We've got some tall boys to aim for. But RSL did equalize in the 35th minute of the extra period with Tyler Wolff yet again getting his second preseason goal, taking the ball off of taking the ball from Academy product Luca Moisa, according to the article, and then finishing from 8 yards. So
right in the box.
Yeah, we got Wolff another goal. So the second little extra 45 ended a little bit more in our favor, where we were able to find to the back of the net, but we did let one in. So that was kind of disappointing. I'm kind of bummed that the first match against I would say like an on par opponent, we ended up dropping points.
Yeah.
But we did have some injuries still with it. We had Engel out with his hamstring, Anelli with his knee, Jesus Barea out with his quadriceps, Griffin Dillon out with his hamstring. Hopefully we'll have them back for the next match.
Yeah.
And that one is February 7th, right?
Yes.
And who are we playing on that one again?
Orange County SC, so one of the USL teams.
Gotcha. Isn't that where Kobe Henry was for a bit?
No, I don't think so.
I think he was. I think he played there for a bit before.
Before he went to France?
I think, yeah. I'll have to go back and check on it, but
I know there's
I'm
a
pretty
couple
sure.
other people that have ended up in Orange County.
Yeah.
Let's look at Orange County's roster right now. Because I think...
I don't know. If you try and pull USL stuff up on FOTMob, it's kind of hit and miss. They don't have
the roster is okay. Most of the time, the roster is fine. I was just going to see if there's any names that looked familiar.
I'm not as familiar with all the USL players. But maybe I need to be with the new USL Premier League coming in. I think it's really kind of funny that we just straight out copied the English systems. Now we have the USL has the Premier League, the Championship League, and then League One.
Yeah.
So just straight out copied it. But we'll see with their promotion relegation. Maybe that'll be something that'll be exciting to watch. I don't know. I still don't see it overtaking MLS.
No.
I mean, that's my hot take on it. Is I don't think it'll make a challenge for MLS. If anything, years down the line, maybe there'll be a merge, but I don't know.
I do have a special place in my heart for New Mexico United, especially that they play at the Isotopes Stadium. I grew up in New Mexico, and so and near Albuquerque, and so we would go to the Isotopes games all the time. So it's funny to see, like, whenever you're able to see like recordings of it and seeing that stadium.
I remembered, what was it, 2 years ago in the Open Cup that we
Yeah.
played against New Mexico United, and I was like, oh, I was giving crap to your parents and everybody. They're just, oh, we're gonna try and be nice and not kill them by too much, and then
And
they
they creamed us 4-2.
yeah, they obliterated us. Oh, that was a harbinger of things to come that season. That's pretty much it for the FC Dallas match. There wasn't a lot of information about it, but from what we do have, I'm a little nervous with us losing 2-0 in preseason against another MLS club.
But we didn't have Stein
We didn't have Stein. We
because
didn't
he's
have
finishing
Engel.
visa stuff. We didn't have Engel because he was injured. And now we have a new confirmation
Yeah, yeah, we've
that
got
we can talk about that will be a very big part into how we play the rest of the season.
yeah, we've got Morgan Guilavogui coming in, so that'll be.
It's
I think,
officially official.
yeah, I think that's gonna be a good thing for us.
And the big news about Morgan Guilavogui being the designated player.
Yeah, I mean it feels good to be going into this season with
with a designated player.
with a designated player who's not Diogo Gonçalves.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he struggled at Lens, but he has a history of really good production and a recent history of good production.
Yeah, we talked about that last time with how much he did.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to him. We signed him. What was that deal on him? Let's see.
Contract runs through 28-29, with a club option for the 29-30 season. I don't think it ever said the money part of it, but it is confirmed that he is our new DP. It was all over social media that they announced him as our new designated player.
And I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I think he's a good thing. I think that he'll be a great asset to the front line. We need someone who has experience scoring a lot of goals and who can create moments.
And since the last time that we were talking about him, just as a rumor, I've watched a lot more of his highlights.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got me very excited about him. Like, I think he's a good pickup.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think he's a great pickup.
Yeah.
With his ability to create opportunities and then also capitalize on them. Like, just being able to see him. We see so much with RSL where the ball gets put into a dangerous spot, and then we, for whatever reason, have a player who boots it to the moon and just skies it like he's trying to score a field goal.
Yeah.
And Diogo is infamous for that.
Yeah.
He is an absolute sitter where all he has to do is chip the keeper, and then he just puts the
He just
ball
tries to
into
make a field goal.
He puts it into the parking lot. And like, dude, just, this is your job. This is your whole job. Just one-on-one, you against the keeper. That should be your bread and butter. You should be able to score that every time, but he couldn't. But looking at Guilavogüi's highlights, he knows how to do that. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see the way that the formation goes, where he can play kind of anything forward. So I'm hoping that we see some sort of combination with Guilavogui and Victor Olatunji.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And where we were talking about set pieces earlier, having 2 6-foot plus targets.
Strikers.
Well, not so much strikers, forwards. But we've got 2 players. One's 6'2" and one's 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
So, just absolute towers.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we see something like maybe like some goals that that Crooks was responsible for
Yeah.
off of set pieces where they would come in and everyone was guarding the tall guy and then it would go over him and then somebody short would put it in. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll get some of that kind of deception, but I'm excited for the options that he gives us.
Guilavogui also seems really excited to play. He had a quote that RSL showed where it says, "I'm very excited to begin. Coming from Europe, the MLS product is spectacular, and I'm looking forward to participating in the show. To the fans, I'm excited to see you at the America First Field and win a lot of games."
That part of the quote is the one that I like.
That is the right attitude to have because
I
we are ready to celebrate lots of games.
I want to win a lot of games. Like obviously, always I want to see RSL winning, but I really like being in America First Field when we win.
It's the best feeling.
Like it's so cool. Like it's one of my favorite things. So I'm looking forward to more of that happening.
But it's
this
just
year.
good to see someone who's excited to be here too.
Mm-hmm.
It's refreshing to see someone that's so excited to play for MLS and for Real Salt Lake.
Yeah.
I feel like there's been a lot of times where it's been like, but this time like he actually seems excited. That's my official take.
I also kind of found it interesting, and I'm just going to stumble over my words here. But I think it's interesting that he calls out the MLS as a good product coming from Europe.
Yeah, he said the MLS was spectacular.
Yeah, so that I like that attitude. There's a lot of players that come in like, oh, I'm just gonna come in and dominate because MLS isn't quite to the caliber of the leagues that I've been playing in before, and I hate that attitude.
Yeah.
Because one, it's not true. It's like as we've seen MLS progress, it's such a better league than it was before, and it really is a competitive league, and it's somewhere where these players should be wanting to come and show off a little bit.
Yeah.
So
and show off in places that like where he wouldn't have been able to show off in other places. He's able to kind of shine as our star. He's able to get a lot of playing. Look at like I don't know. There's lots of players in MLS that I don't think would have gotten as much time in other places, but here they're able to shine.
I'm excited to see how he adapts to our system. Where Lens, I don't think that was a good fit for his playing style versus their playing style.
Yeah.
So where we're bringing him in as kind of a star.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to adapt that and make good use of it. And I think an Olatunji Guilavogui pairing like that just makes me really happy. One, it's fun to say, but I'm just really excited to see how it comes out on the field.
I think Guilavogui Luna is also another really good pairing as well, especially if because I think you were telling me earlier that Guilavogui can also play right wing, right?
Yeah.
And so if we had him as right wing and Diego as left wing, like together would be quite the pairing. So I think that'd be really cool.
Let's look at him on FOTMob and see where it has him. Yeah, so on FOTMob, according to there, he can play anywhere across the attacking mid. So he can go anywhere from left wing, right wing, and attacking mid, like I said. But it says his primary position is a left winger, but I don't know if that's because that's where Lens had him or if that's where he's been in his career.
Yeah.
MLS also kept calling him a striker, so I don't know what that was about. He's not listed as a striker anywhere, so if we're planning to use him that way, then maybe we'll be moving to a 2-striker system.
Maybe. It'll just be interesting to see how he fits in, and I'm excited for that. I think the biggest thing for like a designated player of his caliber and like of his position, I want to see goals. I don't care if it's assists. I don't care if it's him actually making the goals. I don't care if it's him creating plays so that there are goals. I want to see goals, and I want to see him producing goals.
That's something that we've like. I don't know. The way that I've looked at it is our DPs have just kind of whiffed a lot.
They've been
recently.
Wilting. They're like pathetic.
Like we don't get good goal production from our DPs recently. Ever since Chicho.
Yeah.
And we got a good half season out of him, and then the wheels fell off for other reasons. But every DP signing since I mean, there's only two since then, but they both between the two of them had
like
Le-
5 goals.
Yeah, like
Roland didn't even have a goal; he had an assist.
Yeah, there's less than 10 contributions between the two of them.
It was awful.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we get a season where we have another Golden Boot contender. That would be really good and really validating.
Yeah, for sure.
With other moves that we had some interesting, but I mean relatively minor moves. We had a trade with Austin FC where we bought an international roster slot from them for 2026. We gave them $235,000 in GAM for a roster or for an international roster slot. Those are hard to keep track of.
I don't even understand any of it. I'm so like, when it comes to like, if they're not like actually trading players and they're like, I'll trade you money for like this specific slot, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like the MLS trades is the most confusing thing to me.
Yeah, just MLS roster rules in general to
They're
have
crazy.
Yeah, just to understand them, you need like a bachelor's degree in it to get like
A bachelor's degree in MLS.
Yeah, just every bit of nuance with it. It's ridiculous. And I know I don't claim to fully understand any of it.
Yeah.
But from my limited understanding, I think according to the last count that I saw, we had like around 10 international slots.
Okay.
And it looked like maybe 11 players who need them. So with that kind of lines up with what Kurt Schmid was saying in his last interview that he did, where he mentioned that there are some players who are really close to getting their green cards. So that would free up some international slots.
Gotcha.
So if that does happen, I don't know, maybe they're gearing up for something. Could be. Another acquisition that we made was we signed our 17-year-old homegrown Van Parker to a first club deal. So our first team deal with the club. He's got a deal guaranteed through the 2029-2030 season with an option in the 2030-31 season. So he's got some really high upsides on him. He performed really well for the MLS. What's the name of that cup that he was in?
The U16?
In the MLS Next Cup last year, the 2025 MLS Next Cup. He was MVP and got the MLS Next Cup Golden Boot. So he's 17. He's got a pretty good future ahead of him. He could be kind of maybe pulling a Gozo.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we hit on him the way that we hit on Gozo.
These young guns have been really shining quite a bit the last little bit. So I'm excited to see the amount of development that's being shown in the academy.
Yeah, I really like that. I like to see more.
I want to support a homegrown hero.
Yeah, I like seeing more production coming, like good player production coming out of the academy.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always a good thing to have a large pool of young players, whether you're gonna use them yourself or sell them on. I like the idea of having a really productive academy. I would love if we could have like the MLS equivalent of Barca's academy, where it's just banging out star after star after star.
Yeah, for sure.
I would also like to keep like the best of them and start getting cup after cup after cup.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that plays out.
Do you see him more playing the Monarchs right now and then having like a couple minutes in the first team, or more like?
I mean, probably. I mean, he's 17, so we'll see. I mean, Gozo got his break at his age because of like really a lack of depth in the roster. Yeah. So he got kind of like a stars aligned opportunity, at least in my observation of it.
Yeah.
So
because that was when Andres Gomez was sold. That was when Chicho was suspended. That was when all that stuff. So Gozo had to kind of come up. And then
going into that next season where we just
where Diogo just did not.
Like we didn't have.
And we didn't have any sort of forward or number 9.
Yeah, we didn't have a good attacking core.
So we kind of just like, here you go.
Yeah. So
sink or swim, and he swam. He flew.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But I feel pretty confident that he's going to be playing consistently with the Monarchs and maybe get a couple call-ups. But I would like to see our young guys getting like minutes here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Maybe we'll have the next Kevin Sullivan.
like I like the idea of having some good development minutes, and we have enough games throughout the season that we have some lower risk games that we can kind of plug them in and rest our big names. So,
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see Van Parker on the pitch at America First Field this year. If not, then we'll make sure and go out and support him with the Monarchs and support the rest of the Monarchs as well, because that really is exciting, and it's kind of sad to see how ignored the Monarchs have been recently, like in the last few years.
Yeah.
Like they're just kind of an afterthought in a lot of things. So hopefully we'll be able to have the opportunity to see them play more this year and see more of their guys getting calls up.
I just was looking it up. Van Parker is actually just got called up recently in the U17s for Canada, so he's Canadian.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to
Speaking
him.
of, sorry, I was just looking that up.
Yeah. Well, congrats on the call up to him. So that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
But he seems like a really cool kid on all of the videos that we've seen and all of the social media highlights. He just seems like a good kid. So I feel like he deserves that deal, especially after his production last year.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of transitioning from the confirmed deals
to more rumors.
We have some rumors still going around. There was the rumors that they were very divisive. I didn't expect them to be quite so divisive about Ruiz leaving. So if you are not active on RSL social media, you may have missed it, but there was a rumor that we were going to be losing Pablo Ruiz, at least on loan, to Colo Colo in Chile.
Oh, Chile.
But that deal, it seemed like it was all but done, but then the Colo Colo board pulled out. It seems like from the reports that we were able to find and what I was able to translate using just my phone, it seems like the board for Colo Colo wasn't very kind to Pablo. They didn't treat him very well.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it said in one of the tweets, it said that he was angry and he was upset. So I feel like they maybe used him a little bit to get a better deal from somebody else.
That sucks. Especially because Ruiz is such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude, and he's like very kind.
Yeah.
So to see him treated unkindly is frustrating. So we are keeping him. There's nothing that I've been able to find that shows that we're exploring other loan options for him, but he apparently was excited about this opportunity. But for now, Ruiz is staying here, and he's taking up quite a bit of our salary cap. So hopefully he will perform accordingly.
Yeah.
Because I think he's either the highest or second highest paid player on the team.
Paid more than Diego Luna?
Yeah, he's making a lot.
Hmm.
I'll have to try and look up the numbers on it, but he's one of the highest paid players on the team, so he hits our salary cap pretty hard.
Gotcha.
And I think Luna takes a U22 spot, so his whole salary doesn't count for the cap anyway. We've gone over the rumors with Juan Arias before.
Still rumors.
Still rumors, nothing confirmed on him yet. There has been no mention of him. But then that brings us to the other Juan.
Yeah.
Juan Sanabria. And that one. That, again, if you're not following social media, you have missed a roller coaster.
Follow the boot room, because we tried to do it all the time, and it was like
it was a difficult one to keep up with.
They aren't.
I think it was Hayden from the Royal Riot. It was just snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. Just that office quote. Like, the deal's on, it's off. It's on, it's off. He goes as far as to record video saying goodbye to his teammates, and then like an hour later there's reports that he's not leaving after all, and then like the next day, oh no, it's a done deal.
Roller coaster.
So
Some of them were even within the same day.
Yeah, like within hours.
Yeah.
Like it was ridiculous. But we've been able to kind of track it down a little bit more from our latest information. And again, it's unconfirmed, and we haven't like laid eyes on him, and we're not a part of the club organization, so everything that we have is from afar. But from everything that we've been able to track down, he's done his medical evaluation. We don't know how that went, but apparently he's at least been to Utah,
Mm-hmm.
and we could be seeing a deal finalized soon.
Mm-hmm. I did also look it up today just because I wanted to make sure. The window doesn't close until March 26th, so we do have a whole month
Mm-hmm.
of
We've got
finalizing
time.
things.
I just
And
really
it's nice that we have quite a lot of depth in his position because he's the center back signing.
he's a left back.
Or no, he's the left back signing.
Arias is the center back.
That's right. So we do have like a good enough like depth that we can get by until we do sign him, or if we do sign him. But it'd be nice to not have the emotional whiplash that has been this week.
Yeah, and when this deal gets across the line, and Tom Bogart has now reported on it too, so it's kind of like if Tom has tweeted about it, it's basically a done deal, and it would take something very unusual for the deal to fall apart at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we have him.
Yeah.
And then we've got some good competition at left back between Sanabria and Catranes, and that is something that we talked about at length last time, but I'm very excited about.
Yeah, for sure.
I love seeing good competition for starting minutes, especially between two really, really great players. And Catranes is one of my favorite players, and so I think getting him a good competition player is
to better each other.
Yeah, it's going to be something that'll light a fire under him and get even more out of an already great player.
Yeah.
Then another rumor.
Onto our sad rumor.
Yeah, our sad rumor. We talked about Diego Luna looking like he's making a summer exit to either Espanyol or Celta Vigo, and now we have more rumors coming out, and I think Tom Bogart did these ones as well.
He did.
With Gozo rumored to be leaving to either Aston Villa or Atletico Madrid.
Which both of those would be insane.
If we lose both Gozo and Luna in the same window, we really need some big moves in the summer. But maybe that's why Kurt and the rest of the front office have decided to hold on to our second DP slot until the summer. Maybe that's the plan. Is we know we're maybe they're planning on an exit from one or both of them, so they're gonna start chasing deals now so that we can get somebody in to step in and take over and keep running with the team. I really hope that we don't see something like we did when we lost Gomez, and then like with the Chicho shenanigans, just all of that, and then the wheels fall off the second half of the season.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can avoid that, but that would make me happy.
I think that's the other reason why they are building more depth with so many young players too, is to make sure that we do have enough depth in our DP, in our other signings, so that we can have security. Yeah. I mean, Stein, is that his name? Stein
Spearings.
Spearings is another forward. Is another one that we're gonna have. Like, there's a lot more depth than what was happening with the Chicho and Gomez, and then losing Julio that winter.
Yeah, that was a difficult one. That was difficult just to see so many exits happening. And then there was another rumor that I haven't been able to track down any like direct sources on it, but I saw it come through from Claret Loyalty on Instagram, where they were reporting that RSL's allegedly interested in Chivas goalie Raul Rangel. No offer yet, but maybe something going into the summer window.
Interesting.
But that could be a long-term plan where Cabral is kind of end of career, like in his
You don't
twilight
think we
years.
would do more with Stidehar and Kirkfleet?
Maybe, but I mean, one if we've got one retiring, we got to backfill it. So who
That's
knows
true.
if he would be our starter or if we would give Stidehar a chance and then put this new guy in as a backup.
Yeah.
But I think that kind of depends on how long Cabral can stick around,
Yeah.
depending on like his health and all
Mm-hmm.
that. But
I know he wants to stay as long as possible.
that's kind of what I gather as well. And he loves Utah, and his kids love the Mammoth, and he loves going to those games, and it's just fun to see. And we saw Diego Luna at a Mammoth game.
Yeah.
Uh,
On Wednesday?
yeah, that was pretty cool. Was it Wednesday? Or... No,
No, it was Mondays.
was it? I don't remember.
Monday or Wednesday.
This week has felt like just one very long, continuous day. But it was good to see Luna there and seeing another RSL player supporting the Mammoth, and it's fun to see those crossovers. I like seeing that.
And we've seen the Mammoth at RSL games too
Mm-hmm.
when they first started, or when it was the hockey club.
Yeah. So anytime that my two favorite sports cross over, I get very
It's a
happy.
good day.
I think that's all the rumors that I
Mm-hmm.
was able to find. But it's been a crazy window. I think definitely the most active one that I can remember in a long time. The most money that I can remember being dropped.
It's nice to know that the Millers are not afraid to spend the money. It's nice to know that they are willing to get good players, that they're willing to
Mm-hmm.
get signings.
Yeah, and it's encouraging to me. I think to see ownership willing to spend because I don't want to see another Deloy Hansen era where we can't get our ownership to spend money on players, but they'll go out and buy a coin for over $1 million.
No,
Like,
I don't. I think Gail and Steven are gonna be just fine. They've already shown that this time.
yeah, the Miller Group's done. I mean, so far they've done a good job of at least like spending money. We'll see if they've done a good job of spending money in the right places. But
That is yet to be seen this season, but that's
yeah, that's
hopeful.
all like that's speculation at this point. We'll see more of that, but they're at least spending money, and I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. At least they're spending money.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of goes to the questions that we put out to all y'all this week. Of with all of these roster moves, how are you guys feeling about the roster and if they're ready for MLS competition? And we put that out on X and on Instagram, and the results were pretty well mirrored in both places. Um, in this survey, we put a how are you feeling if we're ready for MLS competition? We put yes, no doubt, maybe with a few tweaks, not a chance, or I hope so. Uh, it was like I said, pretty well mirrored across the two platforms. With X having a little bit more negativity, but you would expect that from X over Instagram. But in wow, I can't speak now. My brain broke. But with the results for X, for yes, no doubt, and for Instagram, it was 20% on X said yes, no doubt, and 38% on Instagram. Maybe with a few tweaks, was 58.3% on X and 50% on Instagram. Not a chance at 15% on X, and no one on Instagram felt that there was not a chance that they were ready. And then 6.7% said, I hope so on Twitter, with 12% of y'all saying, I hope so on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So
Pretty
the
hopeful.
the overall majority was maybe with a few tweaks, and I think that kind of alludes to getting Sanabria in,
Yeah.
and then also seeing uh, some lineup tweaks maybe.
Yeah.
So I feel confidently on the border of maybe with a few tweaks, and yes, no doubt.
Uh-huh.
Uh, my heart wants to say yes, no doubt, because I'm very happy about the Stein Spearing signing. I'm very happy about Lucas Engel. I'm very happy about Morgan
Guilavogui.
Guilavogui. So, like, my heart wants to say yes, no doubt,
But we
but
haven't seen them play.
we haven't seen them all play together, so that's where my only reservation comes in.
And we haven't seen this elusive new formation that Pablo keeps talking about either.
Well, we've
I
seen
mean,
it
we
a little bit
saw
in
it, but we
preseason.
haven't seen it with the full new roster.
Yeah, and so hopefully we'll see some of that with the upcoming game for Orange County. Or then after that, we're playing the Galaxy. So hopefully we'll see some cohesion there. And then we can move solidly into a yes, no doubt, rather than on the border of them. But how are you feeling with it?
I'm super optimistic. I think that, like, yes, I'm borderline yes, no doubt. But like I said, I'm just ready to see it move in. And I just want to see football. I want to see soccer being played.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. So hopefully it gets solidified and we can see good soccer being played at a high level.
Yeah.
But we have some questions from y'all. First question from Instagram is, what do you think of our new signings? And I think we've been
We've been very vocal
very
about our
vocal
new
about
signings.
that. We're in favor.
Yeah.
On board with all of them so far.
Excited to see how they fit in, excited to see how they match, and excited to see them get those goals.
Yeah. And then second question that we had from there was, who do you think benefits most from Guilavogui arriving? Luna and the wingers, the fullbacks, or the midfield?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's the front. Like the wingers and Luna. I think it'll be interesting to see where we put Guilavogui, like we've talked about.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be a case of a rising tide raises all boats, where we see Guilavogui coming in and providing a good outlet for other midfielders and providing a good target in the attack. So I think that everybody in the attack is going to benefit from him, and that will then benefit our defensive players as well, because hopefully with a good attack going, we spend more time in the attacking third and less time in our own.
Yeah.
Our next question is, if Guilavogui is a DP, do you want him as a true number 9 every week, or used across the front three depending on the matchup? And I think we just kind of talked about that again. Really, it would be good to see him paired with Olatunji and with on the field with Luna. So in some way to capitalize on that for me. This next question. What worried you more from the Dallas match? Conceding right after halftime or the late giveaway for the second goal?
I think for me it was the not answering with our own goal. No, I think probably conceding right after halftime. That's always like a little frustrating.
It is
Like
frustrating.
at the very end, like you understand everyone's tired. Maybe that's why it slipped up. Anderson Julio is so dang fast, it's hard to catch him.
And that's concerning to me, conceding late, because then it's like, oh, well, where's our conditioning at?
Yeah.
But I also get that point of coming right out of halftime and then having to fight from behind.
Yeah.
That's just mentally rough.
Mm-hmm. We also didn't finish at all, and so that was kind of frustrating. And I think that's where I would rather see it, of like, yeah, we let goals in, but we also didn't put any in the back of the net.
Yeah. Then we had one last question here, and it was, what's your biggest question about Guilavogui coming from League 1 or League 1 to MLS? Physicality, travel, turf, or getting up to speed tactically? A lot of Guilavogui centered questions. I mean, it's kind of
Mhm.
expected with the new DP signing, but I think for me, the thing that I'm the most dubious about, and what I am always kind of worried about with players coming into MLS, is getting used to the travel, where the U.S. is big.
Yeah, France is the size of what, like Minnesota?
Yeah, like it's
You're
a lot of
crossing 2 to 3 time zones depending on where you're going.
yeah, it's a lot of travel. It's a lot to get used to, and you see some players adapt to it well, and some not. We get players
Diogo.
like Diogo didn't really adjust well. Zlatan Ibrahimovic struggled with the travel. I know he says he didn't, but I mean his play said that he did. But then you get other players who come in and they're able to do just fine. So, I mean, we see with like Cabral, he came in and
He's crushed it.
yeah, just right off the get go. So, I think that's the thing that I'm most concerned about with any time that we bring in a player from Europe.
I don't worry too much about his physicality because like he is in the middle of the season, and so we're not coming in from like.
And I think like mentally he's gonna be in a much better place where he's been frustrated and
wanting out.
Yeah, so getting a fresh start, that's gonna be refreshing for him.
Yeah, for sure. Should be exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun week coming up with our preseason match against Orange County. We will keep y'all updated on social media on when, where, or if that's being streamed.
Is that in Orange County?
It's in California. The team's going to be in California for the next 2 games as part of another preseason tournament, the Coachella tournament.
Oh, okay, they did that last year.
Yeah, so that will be the next 2 games. We've got Orange County this week and LA Galaxy next week. So LA Galaxy will have their new DP striker with João Klaus.
That is such an interesting trade.
Yeah, that was a weird sale. I don't know what St. Louis is doing.
I don't think St. Louis knows what St. Louis is doing.
Yeah, but we'll see how we stack up against them. But that's all we've got for now. That's all we've got time for now. But we're just excited, and we're very grateful for all of y'all for jumping on, following us on social media, and for giving us listens here, and following us here on Spotify and Apple Podcast.
Whatever the Apple one is this time.
Whichever one it is on the iPhone. But we're just grateful for all of y'all, and grateful that we're able to have the opportunity to do this. So just
keep the questions coming.
Keep questions coming, and thank y'all so much for giving us the chance to do this. But that's it for us this time. So we'll see you next week on the Boot Room. And until then, go RSL and have a happy week.
Okay, bye!